Stuck Boat Dispatch, episode 11. I made sure to check before we hopped on. I had some time, made sure to take a quick check as Sarah was on her way back from the beach. Josh on his way back from work, supposedly. Hopefully we see Josh at some point in time. Going to be hopefully an hour long, but we're going to move quickly today because I got to leave for work by 4, and I don't want to be late. I hate being late. Red Sox got absolutely screwed in their first game against the Twins due to a rain delay. They had a 90-minute rain delay. They come back out, and the Twins win in the bottom of the ninth. Tough one, but they get the win last night against the Twins. They're currently playing right now in their last game before the MLB deadline, which is tomorrow. Please, dear God. Second pitcher, bat. I'd be very, very happy with both of those, if not one. Preferably the pitcher over the bat, but the run support's been terrible as of late, so we can't complain too much. But that's going to be all the Sox talk because 1 week ago, NFL training camp kicked off, and we finally have football news to talk about. I know Sarah has been struggling. She's been slowing it through with the baseball, the basketball, the random NFL talk. She is ready to go. She is back. She has Wi-Fi. We're in the 21st century, and she has Wi-Fi now. Oh, you must be so happy.
Well, I was pissed off because the day we lost Wi-Fi was the first day of training camp.
And you couldn't watch anything.
Had absolutely nothing. I knew absolutely nothing.
So I asked Josh this. Are you the type of person that reads into every single training camp report? Like, they look at the passing stats, like, ooh, May went 11 for 28 today and no pads. Are you, like, in 7-on-7? Is that you, or you just don't care?
No, that's not me. I don't really care. I more, like, gear into it when preseason games start. That's when I really sit down and start looking at everything. But you know how I found out Gonzalez was injured?
How?
The newspaper.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
you get the paper still?
Yeah, I don't know. My dad gets it. I don't know where
it's
the hell.
Bougie.
But
does it have a crossword in it?
I have no idea. I didn't look.
I unironically love crosswords.
I walked into my kitchen and I looked down and I was like, "Oh, this must be old." And then I looked at the top. I was like, "Oh my God." I was like, "No."
Yeah, so we'll get right into it. Christian Gonzalez and Davis, the other corner, are both banged up right now, which is not good for your starting secondary. Your 1 and 2 corners are both injured. Gonzo went down covering Diggs on a one-on-one situation, and Sarah immediately hops on. First thing she says is, "Oh, sorry, I'm a little late. Got stuck in traffic. Diggs ruined Gonzo." First 2 things she says when she's back. We missed you, Sarah, on the pod.
Yeah, and of course you replaced me with Duffy. Or Duff, his name is.
Oh my God. You couldn't even get the phone to work. It was so funny to watch, but that's just how Duff is. He operates at like a minimum, oh no, everything is going wrong, but in the most monotone voice. I love that kid though.
I know. I wish he was here so him and I could just talk about Bama for a second.
Well, inside baseball, because we have a few weeks leading up, because obviously we're doing top 5 edge rushers today, which I know you weren't thrilled about, but we just got to get through it so people think we know ball. We'll do edge rushers, coaches, favorites, and then we have a 2-week gap, so we'll do like predictions for the season, like Super Bowl, division winners, and then probably a college football thing in there as well, because the college football season will be starting pretty soon as well. So we'll get that all mixed in one kind of base show before the NFL season kicks off, because we have football tomorrow, Sarah. NFL Hall of Fame game.
So excited. I have a freaking interview at 12, but it's fine. I'll watch.
That's okay. The game's at night.
I have work.
Oh, true.
Imagine I call out of work. They'll be like, "What's your reason?" I'm like, "Well, NFL Hall of Fame game."
Just put the game on at the bar.
Yeah, they'll have it on.
Yeah, you get to watch Trey Lance, and I don't even know who the hell the quarterback on the Raiders are going to be, but I know Trey Lance will be out there. Hey. Filming number 3 overall pick.
There we go.
Slumming on the Chargers practice squad. So yeah, it's going to be it's a good week for training camp, but right back. If Gonzo's injured long term, and it doesn't look like it's going to be, reports are hamstring, should be back by week 1. Take it very day by day for now if I'm the Patriots. That is your golden goose on the defensive side of the ball. He is probably your best player. He is the best player on your team.
Yeah.
And having a lockdown corner who can just shut down one side of the field is so game-changing in the NFL. You don't want to risk that. And, he's got 1 full season. He has his rookie year cut short. You don't want him to get cut short again this year with his first year under Mike Vrabel.
If I was Mike, I would maybe kind of nurse him a little bit and keep him on the sidelines until game 1. Maybe throw him in like second half of a preseason game, just one though.
Give him
We
like
know
like a
he's
set or
capable of.
two,
Exactly. We
like a
know what he's
drive.
capable of. He doesn't need to be in every single game. He doesn't need to participate in every single practice, especially if he's not feeling great.
Absolutely agree. Let's just make sure he's ready to go week 1. But he definitely seems like the type of guy with the motor he has. He doesn't really need a ton of preseason. He seems like the guy who's just football, football, football all day, 24/7. So I'm not too worried about him like not being in shape or like playing weight or whatever it may be. He's still young. He's gonna bounce back fast. So I'm not too worried about that. But it is concerning when both your 1 and 2 corners are injured before the season starts. Although it could be worse. You could be the Dolphins, who entire starting secondary from last year is either gone or injured. So it could be worse. It
I
very well could be worse.
feel like the Dolphins is just one of those teams where like they were great, and I just don't know if they're ever going to get back to that status.
They've definitely been a different team since that playoff loss against the Chiefs when it was like -4 degrees out. They just haven't been the same
They
team.
don't know how to play in that cold of weather.
No, and Mike McDaniel is one of my least favorite coaches in the league. I think he's so weak. Like he's goofy, which is whatever. But I want to punch him in the face sometimes. Like he just irritates me the way he is. Like Miami Vice Mike Daniels is not my friend. I'm just
Yeah,
not a fan of Mike Daniels.
I know.
Mike McDaniels, I think is his name.
I think so. Yeah, I know
Uh,
exactly what you're talking about though.
yeah, he's got like the glass. No hate on glasses, people, but like the glasses and the very square face bothers me.
Say, if you're hating on glasses, we're gonna have a problem.
No hate to glasses, people whatsoever. My mom's wearing glasses, and my mom can't see for anything. Um, but yeah, back to Pat's training camp. Early reports, the O line, which I'm worried about, but I'm not, because in my mind it can't be worse than last year. But reports are coming out that it is worse than last year, and I just wonder how when you spend your fourth overall pick in the NFL draft on on an offensive lineman, and you sign an offensive lineman in free agency, and they look worse than last year. I don't know how that's possible.
I think I'm just gonna play devil's advocate here. Not really. This is my team. I'm gonna back them 100%. I think they just need to mesh a little bit better. This is early days. Early days.
Yeah.
Some of these guys have never played together. Some have never played in the NFL. They still got their training wheels on, and the closer we get to preseason games, I think the better they're gonna look.
Yeah, and again, first week, 2 days ago was the first day with pads on, so you can kind of make the argument that no pads, can't really block, that's why they kind of got demolished. But at least Will Campbell, from all reports, has looked okay against Keon White in one-on-one situations, which is all you really want, and that is, him to be what you drafted, which is the fourth
Exactly.
overall pick.
And
But still,
I think for him, nerves are going to be a big factor. Like, this is his first NFL season. It's his rookie season. He's coming in. He's had eyes on him. He's an offensive lineman that was taken fourth overall. I haven't seen that in God knows how long. But he's got a lot of weight on his shoulders right now, and I think he needs to learn how to delegate that and just kind of just put his head right back in the game and do what he was drafted to do, because we all know he's capable of it. And
absolutely. And the other
there.
unsung hero so far in training camp for the offensive line has been the other rookie they drafted out of Georgia, Jared Wilson.
Mm,
He has been one of the standouts from camp so far, and maybe that is because he's a practice warrior, but I hope not. Offensive linemen typically aren't practice warrior guys or, practice champions. That typically goes to like the wide receivers. Like Tyquan Thornton was apparently one of the greatest practice players of all time, and that dude sucked in the NFL, like in an actual game. So hopefully an offensive lineman isn't a practice champion, and they've been moving him around, which is good, so he'll have versatility. I think he was at center today. He's played some tackle, some guard, so having that versatility from a young kid who looks promising to all reports is exactly what you want to hear on an offensive line that has just been I mean, it was it was the worst offensive line last year in the NFL. So that's why I'm like, they can't be worse. You can't be worse than the worst offensive line. But if they do it again, I'm worried.
I mean, if one team's gonna do it, it will be us or the Lions.
I don't
Not
know. I think the
Lions
Lions
are.
O line is really good.
No, I know. I'm saying 5 years ago it would have been the
5
Lions.
years ago, current day Browns type beat, just like
Yeah.
one of those teams, which is not the teams that you want to be slumped in with. But
Mm-mm.
the O line, because we can talk about the weapons, which we'll get to eventually. With the O line, it's all about having a great O line allows the run game, but also it's protecting Drake May, who took a ton of hits last year, and he's already been vocal. he doesn't want to run the ball as much as he had to last year. Yeah, they'll still have design runs, but they're scrambling out of the pocket, things like that is something that he doesn't want to do. And from someone who has never met the guy, but just kind of listening to the clips of him and meeting his personality over, on the radio and things like that, he's the guy who's gonna say, I don't really want to run and scramble as much. Well, when he's in the game and there's no offensive line breaks down and scrambles out, he sees the free room. He's going to take it every single time because he's that type of a competitor.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm worried about him in the open field getting hit. Not
Yeah.
so much in the pocket. Every QB gets hit in the
Exactly.
pocket over time. It's those plays where he's running outside the pocket where I'm worried of him getting those big hits, getting concussed, getting injured.
Yeah. I will say that I think him vocalizing that is good. He's saying what I feel like some, especially QBs that he's been on the Patriots, 3 years now?
Drake May?
Yeah.
This is his second season.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Drake May, the quarterback of the New England Patriots, this is his
No.
second season.
Swear
Last
to
year
God.
was his rookie year.
Who the hell did No, it wasn't.
Last year was his rookie year because Jacoby Brissett started the season with Gerard Mayo. Because this is Vrabel's first year, May's second year. Sarah has sun poisoning.
I probably do. Wait, so we had Mac Jones for that long?
Yeah, we had Mac for 3 years. May for 1 so far. Because you had the Cam Newton year.
Yeah, I know.
You had Mac Jones, rookie year, sophomore year. Rookie year with Josh McDaniels. Sophomore year without Josh McDaniels with Matt Patricia.
Yeah.
Third year with Bill O'Brien, head coach of the Boston College Eagles. And then you had last year Drake May, Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
Or Jacoby Brissett and Drake May.
I was thinking there was a season where we just didn't have either.
No, get. Well, the year before.
And I think
I
was thinking of Brissett. And then I forgot that what's his face?
Cam Newton existed.
No, I forgot about him already. Mac Jones. I forgot about him. Where even is he? Is he still on the Jags?
I think he's on the 49ers. I think he's a backup on the Niners right now. Not too confident about that. But who knows?
Need him.
Well, if Brock Purdy gets hurt, you always need a backup quarterback.
But that
Just
brings me back to like what I was saying with Drake May. I think him being vocal about that is really good. It shows that he's like confident or like he feels safe and like with his coaches and trusted and that he can speak out. And that's good, especially for it being his second season. I feel like that's not that common. Shut up. But like that is where we see a lot of quarterbacks get hurt is when they have to break out of that pocket and try to make a move, especially when it's not a designed play.
It's those broken down plays.
Exactly.
So hopefully, just for the sake of Drake May, the offensive line looks better, able to protect it, because then the routes can develop. And then we can really see what we have in this wide receiver group, which is a great segue, shout out me, to the wide receivers so far this preseason. Kyle Williams. I'm in love with this guy. I am in love with Kyle. And I fall for the same trap every single year with these like second, third round, these day 2 guys. I convince myself every single year that they're going to be this is the guy that's going to break the Patriots wide receiver curse. And last year we had Jalen Polk, who missed the first 4 days of training camp. I think they should cut him already. And Javon Baker, who unironically, I was super high on, but I was placing anytime touchdown bets for Javon Baker the first 4 weeks of the season last year, where I think he touched the field twice.
And that's where his problem is because you bet on him.
Maybe I ruined his career. Maybe I'm the reason Javon Baker has no career as of right now. Maybe I'm the problem.
You're the curse.
It's me. I'm the problem. I don't know the Taylor Swift song.
No, it's the Morgan Wallen's new song, I'm the problem. I guess I'm the problem.
Yeah, I was thinking of Taylor Swift, where she's like, hi, it's me. I'm the problem. Come on, Travis Kelce's girlfriend?
Yes, I know who Taylor Swift is. Have you met my sister?
Shout out Annie. But yeah, Williams looks good. I said this last year about Polk. I probably said the year before that about Tyquan Thornton and not N'Keal Harry. I was always N'Keal Harry was a bum because I wanted AJ Brown. I'll stand on that. There's no evidence of that, but I hated N'Keal Harry. Very fun fact about N'Keal Harry. He has less receiving yards than Bonnie Blue has slept with guys in one day. Very fun fact about N'Keal Harry. Very fun. One of my favorite facts about N'Keal Harry. One of my favorite facts about N'Keal Harry. I looked that up just
One of my favorite
that,
facts
and
about
Josh
N'Keal
joins
Harry.
in
I
right
looked that
now.
up
Just for that, and Josh joins in right now. Crazy echo on Josh Bracken. I'm gonna take care of that.
Crazy echo on Josh Bracken.
And I can't take care of that. All right. I'm gonna mute Josh till he fix that. Wow, the audio is just horrible right now. I think that fixed it.
Sorry,
There we go.
Jamie, hold on.
Sarah's phone's getting blown up. I get the echo from Josh. And there's an echo as well. Oh my god, we're falling apart here, guys.
I'm blaming.
Yeah, the echo's on Josh, but he hasn't moved a single muscle since he got in here. All right, he's moving now. I don't hear an echo now, which is perfect. So he's probably fixing that on his back. God damn it. I don't know how to move forward now. I completely forgot what I was talking about. I think it was the receivers. So hopefully Williams looks good. Stephon Diggs, he looks healthy, which is the good thing about that. I'm ignoring the echo. I'm praying I can fix it.
The echo was your fault last time.
It's no echo when you weren't here.
Yeah, that's true.
And even Sarah's echoing.
And I don't even have any.
Yeah, Sarah's raw. She has no headphones, no mic, no nothing. Can't be her fault. Is it still echoing? No? Okay.
We're good.
I think we're good. Diggs looks good. He looks healthy.
Your fun fact about N'Keal Harry.
Yeah, I've told Josh this before. It's one of my favorite facts about N'Keal Harry. I think he's out of the league.
Number?
What number? How many receiving yards does he have?
The other one.
Oh, it's over 1,000. So he hasn't even clipped 1,000. And yeah, she did that like big stunt.
Okay.
Yeah, because he never clipped 1,000 in his career. I think he's at like 7-something. Would be my guess. But yeah, Diggs looks good. He looks healthy. If he can be the real number one, that'd be awesome. But coming off an Achilles at his age, he's 8 months removed. But he looks healthy, which is the big thing I'm looking forward to. But Stephon Diggs just being the guy that Drake May can consistently look to with his first read. And then the guy who had, I'd say, the most viral moment of training camp so far, Pop Douglas with the beautiful catch from Drake May down the sideline. I want to say the third day of training camp, maybe the first day of real pads. If Pop Douglas can be that McDaniel slot receiver guy, I think the wide receiver room doesn't look too bad. You got Diggs as your one. Josh is here twice now. Diggs as your one. You got Kyle Williams as your two. And then you have Pop Douglas as your slot receiver. And then Kendrick Bourne's in the mix. Keyshawn Booty's in the mix. Maybe you keep Jalen Polk or Javon Baker. And then maybe Efton Chisholm makes this team as a punt returner guy. I have no clue what's going on right now, Sarah. This is like
there's two of me. There's one.
No, there's two.
There's two of you.
I'll send you a picture.
I don't know if I can boot you. Can I boot you? I can drag you around. I can move you, but I can't boot you.
Just boot him.
I can't. Oh, I can.
Well, make sure you get rid of the right one.
I'm getting rid of the first one that pops up with no echo cancellation. It won't let me boot Josh.
Oh,
there we go. Josh's doppelganger's gone. I think he's here. I think we have it all figured out. And there's the evidence in the group chat that there was two Joshes at a point in time.
Whatever.
He doesn't care.
More me, less Tom.
Oh.
You just need someone to back you up, so you had to clone yourself.
Yeah.
Well, no, I have everyone who follows us backing me up because I'm so good at making lists that everyone agrees with me.
Oh my god. Our friend Olette, whenever the list comes out, Olette is literally sucking this kid off in a group chat. He's like, Josh, you're the best list kid again.
Whoa. It's not my fault I'm intelligent and unbiased, bud.
There was 1 week we had the exact same list, and he said absolutely nothing. What's up, Sarah?
Okay,
Sarah is very nice.
One list that actually, we had a list that we agreed on.
You missed it, Josh. When she joined in before we hopped on, I was saying this earlier, but you weren't here. I'll tell it again. Sarah jumps on and goes, "Sorry I'm late. Traffic back from the beach was really bad. Gonzo's injured. It is all Stephon Diggs' fault." Because he was guarding him.
Well, technically it is his fault.
Blame the turf for all you want. Blame turf. Blame the grass.
I like Gonzo. I don't like Diggs.
Blame Gonzo's injury proneness because he's been injured before.
Yeah, once. Not really. a few
He's only been
times.
in the
How
league
many
3
how many years
years.
has he been in the league? Is this his third year? His third?
Yeah,
Third
but it's
year.
injury. He's not that injury prone. It's just his hamstring. He's fine.
Yeah. Gonzo will be fine. Overall, I'd say I don't want to say a positive camp so far 1 week into it because the O line has just been so bad, it makes it kind of negative. But if you take the offensive line and put it over here, I'd say it's a relatively positive camp so far, depending on how much you want to take from camp.
I agree.
I mean, I'm gonna repeat myself from last episode. I don't care about training camp. I really don't, unless it's something like this where it's an injury. This actually affects the regular season.
You only care about injuries? That's kind of bad.
I don't care about performance in training camp. I'm sorry, I don't.
I don't either.
I don't.
It's not
People are
that
saying what?
it's not that I don't care about training camp. It's just not something that I'm going to be checking on every single day.
It's I say I don't care as in you're playing against your own team and you're not playing an actual NFL scrimmage where you're in a stadium, time's on the clock, you're playing against another team that's deliberately
Exactly.
trying to beat your ass to the ground. And so for an example, people are criticizing Will Campbell for allowing, a lot of sacks and a lot of pressure in coverage during training camp. I don't care.
They're good.
I don't care one bit how bad Will Campbell is playing. What I do care about is the second he steps into week 1 of the NFL season, not even preseason. I don't care how well he does in preseason. Maybe I'll care a little bit more, but people are saying that he's going to absolutely collapse week 1 because he's not playing well in summer camp.
So I haven't seen that he's been that bad in camp so far. Like,
It's not
obviously,
that it's not that he's been an absolute disaster, but he's let up a few mishaps. But for the people saying that, one, the dude's a rookie, never played a single minute of NFL, has never played an NFL snap before, and college and the NFL are two completely different environments. Second, it's summer camp. I don't care how well this dude does against our third string, second string defense right now. I don't. I care how well he does against Max Crosby.
well, he's going against mostly Keon White in training camp so far, and he's been doing okay. Like, there's obviously times where Keon White gets him, but overall, I've seen positive things about Will Campbell so far. I've seen one or two things where it's been a mixed bag, but again, we'll have to wait and see. I think you can get more information from training camp during joint practices, which come up, I believe, next week. Our first joint practice against the Commanders. I could be wrong. It's the Commanders or Vikings. But joint practice is coming up. I think that's when you learn the most from training camp, so to keep a close eye on that. But again, besides injuries, you can gather a little information. Like Travion Henderson looks really good as well in training camp. And maybe these guys are all practice champions, like I've been saying. Kyle Williams, Douglas, Diggs, some of the offensive linemen, the rookie Wilson that's been looking really good. But Henderson looks good, and if anybody should be worried about their job, I think it should be Ramondre Stevenson, just because of the year he had last year. The money he's owed will probably keep him on the team without getting traded because nobody will want to take on that contract. But Henderson looks good. He's a rookie. He's good pass catching. He's good blocking back. And the big thing about him, Josh, he doesn't fumble the ball. I think he had one fumble in college last year, maybe zero. And Stevenson was so bad that Gerard Mayo before game said he's going to be benched for the first series because of his fumbling issue. Literally, we know that Gerard Mayo was lying because Stevenson was out there for the first set. But still, that drafting a guy who doesn't fumble, can pass block, catch out of the backfield, be an option for Drake May on the chucking it, chucking it down the field, just kind of dumping it off in the check down game. It's what you want from the running back in this day and age. If you're not going to have the superstar, you have a guy like Henderson who can kind of do it all in the backfield, and he's a rookie, so he's cheap.
And that's what you want to see from, obviously a running back with the Patriots is good protection. That's what this guy's really doing. He's got good protection, obviously, as a backup, as a more blocking running back, if you want to call him that. And then obviously his ball protection is much, much better than Ramondre Stevenson's. Maybe Drake May can pick up a thing or two with him because I think Drake May had some pretty poor ball protection last season. But then again, I have to back myself up here. I can't say too much about this guy until I see him week 1. I can't, because then I'd just be going up. If I were to come out here saying that Travion Henderson's going to be an offensive rookie of the year candidate, I'd just be completely denying what I just said about not caring about summer camp.
Well, you can still make a prediction before the season
I
about
make
guys you like in
predictions-
situations they like.
I make predictions and just like little things, but I'm not gonna come out here and say that this guy is an absolute bust or this guy's gonna be the next like top prospect.
Yeah, we'll see. I like Henderson. I'm not the biggest fan of Stevenson coming off of last season.
I think anyone will take anything over anything that was left in the Belichick era or the Mac Jones era.
It's not
Unless your name is Christian Gonzalez or maybe or a couple other guys. If you're someone from the Belichick, they're just like, we want to replace you. My bad.
I mean, even then, I'm not like against Ramondre Stevenson. It's just
I'm not either.
if I'm the ball last year, you like him?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about Henderson looking good in camp? Potentially, I think he could take Stevenson's job by the end of the season, come December.
You know, I don't really care as long as there's someone that's going to win me a game.
All right.
I like that reasoning. No, that's just down to earth reasoning right there.
I think it's great reasoning.
I'm
That's what we
attached to anyone right now. Now, if you were asking me like to pick Julian Edelman or Danny Amendola, then I'd have a problem.
What if we
I
throw
mean,
T. Higgins in that conversation too? What if we threw T. Higgins in that conversation too, out of the 3?
Higgins.
really.
Oh, 100%.
All right, interesting.
I'm loyal. I can't help it. If I have a loyalty to you, if I have like a strong feeling towards you, I'll pick you over anyone.
Higgins or
Jules-
Lawrence?
Trevor Lawrence.
That's not even close, bro. Come on.
I was
It's Lawrence
curious.
over everybody.
I was curious. I was checking.
Always.
Lawrence over
I've
everybody.
liked him the longest.
Lawrence
Excuse
over.
me, sir. Stop it. Sorry, Mac joined.
Yep. Her dog is not named after Mac Jones. She wants to make that very clear.
He's not named after Mac Jones. I got him before Mac Jones was drafted. Mac, you want
Yeah,
to
that
say hi? Do you want to say hi? I don't know. Let me see if I can turn it. There he is.
What's up, Mac?
Mac, say hi.
Mac, how do you feel about the Patriots going into this season? 1 bark, yes. 2 bark, no. No barks means you don't care.
No, he likes football. He watches.
He is so confused.
He's very quiet. He's very patient. He's waiting. He's waiting until he actually sees him. He doesn't have a solid answer yet. He's so confused because this team's a mess.
Mac, do you like Trevor Lawrence?
That's a yes.
No, it's not even no. He yawned.
That's a
That
yes.
was a yes. That was a yes. He
Okay,
loves.
well, I think with that, I think we should transition over to, we are going to do our top 5 edge rushers right now. Again, not a ton to talk about with training camp. Red Sox just kind of waiting for the trade deadline to come. Please, dear God, do something. We're almost out of the dog days of sports. When it comes to edge rushers this week, I know we said linemen last week on the show. I was looking at the linemen. I didn't want to do it because I knew like Chris Jones, Dexter Lawrence, and pretty much after that it was a bunch of nobodies that I don't know because I'm not the defensive side of the football guy. I'm like, ooh, who's this guy?
He's a casual.
Bro, name like 3 defensive linemen after Chris Jones and Dexter Lawrence, bro. I was literally like Christian Barmore, but he's nowhere close to the top 5. So I didn't want to sit there and rank guys that we didn't really know. So I looked at the edge rushers, and these are guys that when you think of defensive linemen, this is what I was thinking. The guys that come off the edge that are going to pressure the quarterback. The Myles Garretts of the world, the Max Crosby's of the world, the Aiden Hutchinsons of the world. And the only other, I think, defensive interior lineman I knew of was Jalen Carter, and he was probably going to be right up there at number 1 because he's an absolute dog. But this week we're doing edge rushers. Next week we're going to do coaches, and then the week after we'll do our 5 favorite players in the league, and then we'll pretty much be at NFL regular season. We're really close away. We're under 40 days away from regular season kicking off. September 4th is the day of the first NFL game. I'm like 89% sure it's the first Thursday in September.
That
But Josh,
for my birthday.
it's written in the stars.
I know.
Josh, you were here last. Why don't you kick us off with your 5?
Oh, you're a
You can go
pain.
5 to 1 or 1 to 5.
I didn't write these down.
Dude,
This is the best. Pause. This is the best one. Sarah doesn't write it down. Tight ends like Evan Ingram end up in your top 5 list at number 3 before you really go back and say, wow, Ingram kind of does suck. This is the best one. She's just like, ooh, who are these players that exist? Continue. All right, sorry to cut you off, Josh.
So I have to go. I have a confession to make. I have to go 1 to 5 because I don't know who my 5 is yet. I have been battling this for like 2 days now. I've been
Alright,
battling this. So
as
my
long as
one,
you're at least have 5, guys came prepared to the show.
I
I'd
think
love it.
I think I want to. I think I know who I'm going to go with 5 because I'll give my reasoning once I get to him. So 1 is Miles Garrett.
Yeah,
With the
clear
season
cut.
he just had, the amazing season he's had. I have the stats. It's like, yeah, 92.8 pass rush grade, 83 pressures, a 23.1% pass rush win rate, and an 18 pressure rate.
I mean, he's a dog. He's a dog. He is a genetic freak. Yes, sir.
14 sacks.
Oh, speaking of raising hands, you can raise a hand in this.
And guess what?
Cool.
I'll lower my hand now.
The more we find out about the software that I pay a lot of money
Hey,
for.
I think the raising hand
That's just so
feature,
much.
I think the raising hand feature like just got added.
Low key. I do it at
So-
work too when I want to talk. I put my hand up.
I do too. And I'm
feel-
like, wait, I'm your freaking manager. Like, you're supposed to be listening to me.
I feel
Mhm.
like it's because we're just young and like think we're still in school that
I just don't want to, like, especially at work,
raise
I don't
our
want to
hand
step on
to, like,
somebody.
yeah, we raise our hands to like the adults still. Like I do it at work sometimes.
I
Like,
know.
when we're going over like our jobs in the morning, I'm like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I'm gonna be straight with you.
Yeah, no, I only do it because if they're in the rant and I have something I want to add, I don't want to just jump in and like move in their train of thought. So I just put it up, or I make it like very obvious that I grab the mic in a very like aggressive manner.
You're just like,
That I want to say something. Yeah, I'll like usually
Like,
leave it
yo,
all
let
the
me
way over
talk.
here, but I'll pull it close to me and I'll just kind of be like when Shane Gillis tells a joke after and he's just like, that's kind of what I do, but I'm just like,
you're like, pick me.
essentially, yeah. Especially like, and it's just one of them, and they only can look at me when they talk, or like the text line or whatever else, like the wall.
You're staring at them like, I'm good, guys. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. So you're Miles Garrett number 1. I think he's the clear cut. I think we'll all have him at 1. Who do you have at number 2, Josh?
Micah Parsons.
All right. So I like Micah Parsons. He's waiting to get paid still from the Cowboys. Don't hate it. Obviously he's in that top ranking. 126 pressures, 30% pass rate. He's a dog. He's just on the Cowboys.
He also missed what, 4 games last year? Did he miss 4? He was injured for a little bit. He missed.
I mean,
4,
that would be my guess at the end of the season.
I think it was 4, but he missed a couple of games last year and still put up an amazing season for the Cowboys with amazing stats. He could have arguably had a better season than Myles Garrett, hence not the injury, which is why I'm putting him at number 2, because I think Myles Garrett still is just the clear-cut guy off of what he just did, but I think Micah Parsons would have definitely had a case if he didn't get injured.
Fair. What do you have at 3?
TJ Watt.
All right, yeah, dog. Got
TJ
paid,
Watt.
highest paid. I think he's the highest paid edge rusher in the league right now.
And it makes sense why. I mean, literally the whole skeptical, or not skeptical thing, but the whole stigma of the Steelers being like a 50-win team or a 50% win team for the past, since
Yeah,
Big
they're
Ben?
a 500 team they've never been under 500 in the Mike
they've
Tomlin
never been
era.
500 under Mike Tomlin or since Big Ben has been on the team or something like that.
It's Mike Tomlin. He's
like,
never had a below 500 season.
yeah, it's like TJ Watt is. I don't want to say he is that reason, but like damn well he's not on that team. This team is not being under 5. This team is gonna be under 500. That's how much of a dog he is.
He is the reason this defense has been as consistent as they have been the past couple of years. I mean, he's a dog. He's a force coming off the edge. You have to double team him. You have to.
Number 4 is Nick Bosa.
Mm-hmm.
For me. I mean, not much explaining either. I really just want to go into 5 or 6 with 5 and 6. So I was debating on Max Crosby or Aiden Hutchinson. I'm going with Max Crosby just because Aiden Hutchinson destroyed his leg last season. That's the only thing putting me over the edge. Before the injury, Aiden Hutchinson was an absolute monster on the field, destroying everyone, which is why I wanted to just put him at 5. I was like, I love this. This dude's awesome. He's a dog, but I'm like, I can't put a guy on a list who didn't play.
He gets nervous. Sorry.
It's okay.
But
okay.
I went with Max Crosby. but that could very well change come this season, depending on what Aiden Hutchinson does.
All right, fair. Like the top 5. Sarah, would you like to go next, or do you want me to go?
I can go. Stop it. Sorry. Number 1 is Myles Garrett. Just because, I'm sorry. There's really no other reason not to put him number 1.
Is that also your one? Just get out of the way. Is that also your one, Myles Garrett?
Yeah, that's also my one. We all have him at 1.
Yeah,
I think just straight across the floor, like, that's just who it is.
Yes, my job for making a graphic has become so much easier now.
You're welcome.
Just do it on time. What?
About time somebody else did it besides me. Bang! That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
When Tom texts you not to text me to get it done, I'll get it done. Sarah, I was with Tom when you texted that. Sarah, I looked at him. I was like, "You ain't fucking slick, bud. I know exactly."
No, I was driving to work when I texted her that,
or something like that.
I was texting you in a different group chat at the exact same time about it.
I was texting you during it, and I'm like, "Dude, you're not slick. I know exactly. You just texted Sarah to text that. I'm not responding."
I was like, "How funny would it be?" Because Let and Live would like, "Get it done, buddy. I don't know what to tell you." And then I was like, "Hurry up!" And then I was like, "Oh, what a sad. Just have Sarah come off the top rope right now."
Well, I just did make the last one on time, so
yeah, you did the cornerback one out without even me asking. I was so happy.
For number 2, I do have TJ Watt.
Yep, right answer.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I feel like the Watt brothers in general have just kind of like taken over the NFL, and it's kind of hard not to like them, even though I think I'm one of the only people that hates them. But
I mean, besides the third Watt brother, they're both really good.
Yeah.
JJ, great.
JJ,
Hall of Famer.
I hate
TJ,
him.
probably a Hall of Famer.
He was on the Texans, right?
He was on the Texans, the Cardinals, and was he on the Rams for that last Super Bowl of the Rams?
I just remember him being on the Texans, and whenever the Patriots played the Texans, I was like, shit.
I really remember when he broke his thumb in the Pro Bowl. Like, the very first play of the game, he broke his thumb. That's the only thing I really remember about JJ Watt.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think he's good. I think his entire family is just extremely athletic. And then number 3, I have Micah Parsons. Yeah. I think Josh kind of gave all the reasons for that.
Mm-hmm.
And then for 4 and 5, to me, they're kind of like equal. I did Max Crosby as 4 and then Nick Bosa for 5.
All right.
No, there's just something about Nick Bosa that I don't really like.
He plays really good in the month of November during an election cycle. He likes President's Day.
I don't really care. I just don't really like him.
Die for my country.
Yeah. No, I think there's a clear like top 6 edge rushers if you look at it. Maybe if you want to make it 7, you could, but I think there's a clear 6 top edge rushers, and it's just whatever order you want to put them in. Obviously, like I also have Myles Garrett at number 1. I also have TJ Watt at number 2, and I have Micah Parsons at 3. If it came down to a choice, I would take TJ Watt over Micah Parsons, which is why I put him 2 instead of 3, even though I believe Micah Parsons is a few years younger than TJ Watt. It is what it is. He's a Penn State guy. I hate Penn State. So college football.
I think
Josh and I will get into.
I think also just TJ Watt, because he has had more time in the NFL, he's a little more seasoned. So we've seen more of him than we have of Micah Parsons. I think
he's got a defensive player of the year under his belt too. Like, not a scrub.
Exactly.
Just Myles Garrett had one of the greatest edge rushing seasons of all time last year. It didn't win deep because Pat Surtain is that good at cornerback. And then at number 4, I have Aiden Hutchinson, and I know he's injured. He's coming off the leg injury. But if you look at the Lions pass rush after Aiden Hutchinson went down, they were a completely different defensive line when it came to rushing the passer. They didn't get as much pressure. And as the defensive leader, he's the guy on that team that set the tone. You could just tell there was something different about Hutchinson not being there that they could have really used come the postseason. And he was also on pace for a semi-historic season through 5 games of the season. So I think putting him at 4 is fair. And then at 5, I'd take Nick Bosa over Max Crosby. I think Bosa's better than Crosby at the end of the day. If I had to pick one to start a team and come off the edge, I'm going to take Bosa. But I'm not denying Max Crosby isn't a great player. I think he's tough because he plays on a really bad team. So it's like, all right, who really cares that he's getting X amount of stats in the Raiders? That's what it comes down to. The only other guy I thought about putting in here was Trey Hendrickson on the Bengals, who just ended his holdout. He still doesn't have a contract from the Bengals, but he has shown up to camp, and he led the NFL with sacks. There's Tyler Miles Garrett for total pressures. So it's a guy that you think right on the edge as well. Maybe I'd take him over Crosby. Maybe there's just something about Max Crosby I'm not the biggest fan of. But again, I think you have a clear cut top 7, and then you can put him in any order you want. Sarah's got to let Mac out. You got to get him. So Josh, you will get that graphic up. I know it's kind of a quick segment through it because again, we're all not Baltimore's, I guess. Not a lot to talk about when it comes to the defensive side of the football as much as offense. Next week, we're going to do top 5 coaches in the league, head coaches, that is, and then top 5 favorite players. And then the week after, maybe we'll have Tyler Duffy on. We'll do a special college football segment with him and Sarah, just kind of arguing back and forth. And then the week after, we'll probably do Super Bowl predictions, division winner predictions, because we're right there. The NFL season you can taste it. It's so close, Josh. It really is.
Are we doing our, like, what we did last year with predictions every week? Are we doing that again?
It depends because we don't always get the episode in, but I think we should do something very similar where we keep track of everything, something along those lines. Because it came down to the wire, Josh. It literally came to the Super Bowl for us.
It came down to the Super Bowl. And you won the coin flip and took the Chiefs and still lost.
Tough against. Hey, it was a win-win situation there, Josh. It was a win-win. So we'll do something similar, I guess. I don't know. Might have to frame it a little bit differently so it moves faster because I don't want to spend a ton of time on it, but we'll figure that out as well. Weekly predictions. Depends on what day of the week we do them too. Because usually we record on Wednesday or Thursday, so it'll be tough if we end up missing it and maybe we have to do Friday, but we'll figure it out. Can always keep it going in the text chat as well. So the 0-5 edge rushers, coaches next week. Did you come prepared with the Toys Trash and story? I'm praying you did.
Me?
Yes.
Well, so yes, but I don't know if you just saw me looking at my phone.
Did something break?
Something broke, and I'm going to now just make a pivot off of this. It's not like a big trade or a move, but it has to do with an NBA legend. And
all right.
So I'm really going to pivot mine real quick.
All right, that's fine. We're going to head to the tourist attraction and close the show real quick, Sarah. That's the face of somebody who didn't bring anything. We'll have you go last. All right, so the tourist attraction, it's the biggest sports story, whatever sports story you want to talk about that we didn't get to today that's not New England based. We're going to run around. We'll look at it. Josh, we'll let you go first because there's something new you wanted to talk about.
So last week, I wanted to talk about the CBA, but I didn't because I quickly pivoted because we had Tyler Duffy on the show. This week, I wanted to talk about the CBA because I didn't get to last week. I'm going to have to wait until next week to talk about the CBA. I just got notified that former NBA star Gilbert Arenas has been arrested on federal indictment in connection to an illegal gambling business in his mansion in California.
So indictment, but yeah.
Indictment, my bad. He has been arrested for having an illegal gambling business in his mansion.
So what were they, like slot machines or like blackjack?
I have the whole article. I have the whole article, but obviously this just came out, so I'm not going to spend the entire time reading it. But he says the purpose of hosting illegal high-stakes poker games, collecting a rake, a fee, the house charge from each pot, the staff, the games with young women, chefs, valets, and armed security guards. So this was like not just like, all right, I'll go in my basement and play some poker. Like this was a full-on like
yeah, I mean, if he's got like a house rate, that a house collects from the pot, I think that might be like that specific thing where if like the house takes something of it, I think that might be what makes it illegal. Again, I don't know the law. But Gilbert Arenas his NBA legacy is gonna be known as the guy who brought a gun into the locker room to shoot his teammate and the guy who got arrested for hosting illegal poker games. That'll be his legacy because his podcast sucked. So, I couldn't stand Gilbert Arenas' podcast.
So this is per CBS Sports. So the Justice Department says he's charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate a legal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business. I don't know the difference between those two. I'm not a criminal justice major. And 1 count of making false statements to federal investigators. So he's getting charged with 3 separate things.
So he lied to him as well. That's not good either. So he'll probably be going away he can share a cell with Big Baby Davis.
Yeah, he can hang out with Jonte Porter too.
Yeah. Who else is
So
in the NBA? I can't.
I think
Marcus Morris might be going there too. He's in trouble. He stole $250,000 from casinos.
I saw that. That's crazy. How do you steal from casinos?
I think he was like, it was the checks. He was committing like check fraud with them.
Oh, okay.
Um,
But I've touched about this topic before. I touched it with like the Malik Beasley thing when we were talking about that. I have zero respect for current athletes who are gambling, but obviously Gilbert Arenas is an ex-athlete. He's not in the league anymore. But this is hilarious that this guy had a full-fledged like underground mansion gambling business going on.
That's crazy. That's stupid.
It's stupid, and it's also like how I want to go see this. How big was this? How is it operated? Like I want to go check this out.
Yeah, no, that's just stupid.
And like again, with someone like Gilbert Arenas, who I'm sure already has a ton of money, considering he lives in a mansion in California.
Yeah.
What exactly do you like? I know he's not the one gambling, but like he's operating the gambling business, so obviously he's in the gambling.
yeah, he's making a profit.
He's making some kind of profit. What do you need to gamble for? You are an NBA All-Star.
That's the fix.
I
That's the
don't-
adrenaline rush.
I don't get it.
Don't realize that gambling addictions are real. Tom.
1-800-GAMBLE.
Why do you know that? So you know the number.
It's on
that
every
you
slot
called it?
machine. It's on every slot machine.
Yeah,
It's on
and you have
every
it
commer-
memorized. You go to Encore every freaking weekend.
I haven't been gambling all summer. I haven't been in a very long time.
Let me see that FanDuel account.
Yeah,
Open
literally.
that FanDuel
I haven't
account.
gone since my birthday. That was the last time I went to the casino.
We're talking
I
about
haven't-
like gambling in general.
I haven't placed a sports bet in so long because I'm really bad at betting baseball.
I
just kinda
know
waiting for the
the
NFL.
second the NFL season starts. You're
He's
gonna
just bad
playing
at
a parlay.
betting in general.
Maybe we'll do
Sarah.
a weekly touchdown parlay on the pod. Maybe we'll do
Mhm.
that.
Sarah, you should have seen. I'll be gladly to do like a parlay segment. I just won't partake in the actual.
Yeah,
putting
we'll
my
just-
money
I
on
mean,
the line.
Anything.
I'll just be like, oh, we'll do one. I'll put $5 on it each week. I'm not going to split the money with you if it hits, but you guys get to pick a player.
Sarah, I have a video from the second week we moved into school this year when the NFL first started.
Oh, and Isaiah Likely's fat freaking toe is out of
No.
bounds.
No, it was So the all six of us, Tom, and our 4 roommates, we're all just chilling in the common room. The lights were off, so you can't really see Tom. But all it is just Tom screaming at the top of his lungs, "Kelsey's open!"
Yeah, I needed Kelsey to get a couple of
funniest-
yards, and Isaiah Likely to score a
funniest
touchdown, and I got absolutely screwed on both of them. That was bad. The RA kid in the hall and was like, "Yo, bro, you're mad loud right now. Like, you're gonna really complain the first week."
The RA literally came like the second week and was
Come to
like,
find
"Yo, you
out,
gotta calm down."
That RA was doing cocaine in his dorm the entire year. So come to find out, like, he shouldn't have been yelling at me at all. That kid was literally doing cocaine, apparently.
I don't even remember
like-
what RA it was. I don't even
I don't
remember
even know
who
his
it was.
name. I don't even know their name. I just
I don't
like
know
somebody
the
told me like, oh yeah, that's the RA that does cocaine. I was like, oh, that's awesome to hear.
I just remember freshman year when it was the Bengals in the Super Bowl, and I don't remember who they were playing. It was irrelevant.
The Rams, the team that won the Super Bowl.
The ones who won the Super Bowl.
Whatever.
She was a joke.
I wanted the Bengals to win. That day I got 17 noise complaints, and I almost punched a hole in Rose's ceiling.
Yep.
I somehow stood up on a chair.
Well, Rose had tall ceilings. Rose had tall ceilings.
That's NCR. Isn't that the first floor in NCRH?
No, Mayflower.
Freshman year. I forgot. I'm a transfer.
I was there.
You might have been there for that, Josh. I don't know. You might have been at school then, but yeah, because you
At Curry, but I don't think he was there.
No, you weren't there. You're definitely at the school though.
I didn't meet
It's February.
Junior year.
We didn't meet anyone. Drew and I did not meet anyone when we moved in. We met Tom, and then Zinal, and that was it. Our freshman
Easy
year.
Anal, good guy. We had the greatest routine freshman year.
Shout out Zinal.
That's what I call him. Yeah, Easy Anal.
Shout out.
You
Evan
put E
Zinal.
Zinal. That's what it kind of looks like. But yeah,
Evan Zinal.
crazy that. I mean, he was obviously running like a very legit, like illegally but legit poker game with armed security is crazy.
That's
To do a
crazy.
poker game.
It said it included pot limit Omaha games. I don't know exactly what that is.
It's the
Tom.
type of poker game they play.
Oh, okay.
Usually it's high stakes Texas Hold'em is what they
I
would
love
play.
how
But
I
I'm-
went to you for information. You knew exactly what it was.
Like, I don't have a gambling problem.
no, I'm just familiar. I play a lot of card games. Like Because essentially, Josh, like when we would play poker in the sweep, we would play low limit Texas Hold'em is what we would play.
Oh,
Typically, I would figure they would have been playing like World Series of Poker is no limit no limit Texas Hold'em. Pot Omaha, I'm just guessing the type of game.
So wait, no limit is how much money you can bet.
Yeah, no limit.
So like I can be like 50,000.
Yeah.
so I'm reading more of the article as we go on. Oh, he's getting accused of operating the business from September 2021 until July 2022, and they're just arresting him now for this.
It's a good.
Well, you have to like, they have to build evidence. You can't just be like, oh, this guy has a poker ring,
Yeah.
and just arrest him. Like they need
Yeah.
like,
I guess that just shows like how long police investigations can go for. They just waited
especially
3
because
years
you
to arrest
can't,
them.
because you have to have like solid evidence that they can't throw out in court. Especially when it's someone of that like, not that he has power, but someone with that much money.
He's got stature.
Exactly. And he has a reputation, and like they have to have like solid, like not able, like they have to have solid proof.
Yeah, whatever California state police don't want to get sued in return.
Exactly.
If they get it wrong. Yeah, so that's crazy that just broke. Obviously, hope the law is filed and justice is brought, however it should be brought. Not a Gilbert Arenas fan, so it doesn't break my heart. And again, he'll forever be known as the guy who pretty much ruined his NBA career because he brought a gun to the locker room to shoot his teammate, and now this. So great reputation. Huh?
That's who we're talking about?
Yeah, the same guy. Same guy. Agent Zero, same guy.
Wait, and he didn't get in trouble for that?
He got in trouble. I think he was suspended for the rest of the season.
This was years ago.
That's it?
You could look it up. I don't know exactly what happened to him. I just know it kind of ended his career.
How long did they suspend John Moran when he was waving that thing around on Instagram?
A couple of weeks.
Yeah, it wasn't the full season. I remember that. I want to say it was like almost half, but not exactly half.
It's a couple. I don't know. Suspension numbers get lost in my head. You got to know somebody got suspended. But that's a good segue to what I brought today to the tourist attraction. 2 Cleveland Guardians pitchers are on MLB leave due to a gambling investigation. So these guys are still in the league. So it first started off with Luis Ortiz, who was being investigated for gambling on his own pitches. And the way that they deem that you're kind of gambling on pitches is if you throw uncompetitive pitches, is what they call them, that are just outside the zone, like far and away, like you almost like lose, like a pitcher would lose control on that's way out of the strike zone. The catcher's got to like maybe it goes behind the catcher, things like that. And this is the guy who wasn't first. So Luis Ortiz was the first guy investigated. Now, Emmanuel Clase, the all-star closer, he's one of the best relievers in baseball, was placed on leave because of this ongoing gambling-related investigation because they found 11 pitches that were deemed non-competitive. So, again, this is very similar to Gilbert Arenas, the gambling, but these guys potentially gambling on their own pitches, like while playing in the MLB. That's where I think the line is too far. If you're out of the game or you want to gamble, you're a baseball pitcher, you want to gamble on football, by all means, it's your money. You have the right to spend it how you want to spend it. But if you have such an itch, like such a problem, or maybe you're in debt to the wrong type of people, that you have to gamble on your own games, that's where I think that sports has crossed the line. And you're only going to hear more of these stories because what happens when you watch a sports game now? You go to any sports game, DraftKings ad, FanDuel ads, ESPN Bet. You can't watch an ESPN game without seeing the odds during the actual game. So it's only going to grow larger, and professional sports are going to have a very tough time dealing with this, especially in Major League Baseball when their biggest star, Shohei Ohtani, and his interpreter were involved in a very similar situation a year ago. Now, Ohtani, he gets the break because he is the best player in baseball. So he gets the break. But this all-star closer doesn't get the break because they got to put their foot down somewhere. So it's just a tough beat. Again, if he was gambling, ban him from the league, all of that. But just tough to see if you're a Guardians fan that two of your top pitchers are on MLB leave because of gambling.
I will agree with the first thing you said. Like if you're an MLB player and you want to gamble on the NFL, I'm okay with that, with like cross gambling. If you're an athlete and you bet on a different sport, I'm cool with that. But once it becomes this thing where you're betting on yourself and you're jeopardizing your job and you're also swaying the way the game plays, that's when I lose respect for you. That's when I'm on like the train of, yeah, get this guy out of the league. That's why I effing hate Jonte Porter. And now Malik, like my issue with Malik Beasley too. It's like, I don't understand what the benefit, what the goal is from gambling. Not like gambling in general, but I'm talking about like when you're an athlete gambling on yourself, gambling on your own sport. I don't understand what the goal of that is. I simply don't. You're an athlete, hence a star. You're a star athlete. Let me rephrase that. You're a star athlete who makes millions of dollars every year, having one of the best privileges to play in a major league sports in the United States, and you're toying around with it like it's nothing. That's when I lose respect for you, and that's when I effing hate you. So so I won't hate these guys, obviously, because it's not 100% true yet. But if these guys, like, if it does become confirmed and they're charged guilty of gambling on themselves and they're messing up the pitches, yeah, I'm gonna be like, yo, F these guys.
Yeah, it's just, especially like Jonte Porter and Malik Beasley, I can kind of get. Like, they're not making it. They're still making a ton of money, but they're not the cream of the crop making million. You know, they're not making LeBron James money.
They're not
In the
making
MLB,
LeBron
there's no
James money.
salary cap. This guy's an all-star. He's making a ton of money.
They're still making like 7
They're
figures.
making 6-7 figures easily.
Yeah, which is way higher than the average American. So it's like that's your first privilege. But like, so despite your contract being little compared to the top dogs in the league, you're still making so much goddamn money.
Yeah, fair. Now, I know Sarah didn't come prepared with one. If not, I brought a backup just in case.
You want to talk about the CBA? That was my original one.
No, I did not want to talk about the CBA.
Aw.
Is it okay if I leapfrog you, Sarah, and I take your tourist attraction and I throw one out there?
Does this mean you don't have to come with, does this mean you'll have to come with one next week and Sarah has to come with 2 next week?
No, I'm doing Sarah solid. Doing Sarah solid here. It's all right. I'll start putting it in I'll start reminding everybody the text.
Because I forget. I'm very busy.
It's tough because I know it's at the bottom of the rundown, and I change it every week. So
also, the summer is crazy right now.
Yeah. It's all right. I mean, the show has been loose all day, so it's whatever.
It was loose last week.
I mean, yeah, but it was loose from the get-go today.
It was loose the second Duff joined the show in his camera.
Yeah, but that was like 30 minutes into the show last week. This was the second Sarah and I hit live. It was loose. It was just throwing jokes back. It was very loose. And then you joined. There's like 4 of you. We hear the echo. It's
finally got serious right when you joined, and then it was right back to just
Yeah, I still think Duff joining when his phone is in landscape mode or like horizontal, whatever he had it in. That I found hilarious when he couldn't orientate his phone correctly.
It was great. But anyway, before we get out of here, the WNBA hit a new low this week. They had 2 really bad situations that took place that had
I know the
nothing
first
to do with
one.
the actual play. So earlier in the week, during a halftime show, they have like the mascot or like the halftime show is doing like the backflips down the sideline. Completely took out a referee or a coach or a player. Just absolutely drilled somebody on the court. So that was just a bad moment, number 1.
I'll see if I can find the video while you're talking about number 2.
Don't find number 2 because I don't want to get it taken off of YouTube.
I will not find number 2. I know what number 2 is.
Bad moment number 2 happened last night in a close game. I couldn't tell you the teams that were taking place last night, but it was a very close game in the fourth.
The Valkyries and the Fever, I think.
We'll go with Fever, really?
No, maybe not the Fever.
Because if it was a Fever, that means Caitlin Clark, which means it gets more national attention. So I would have known at least that team.
Yeah, I thought Caitlin Clark was hurt.
She is kind of hurt right now. I think she's still hurt, waiting for her to come back because the league needs her. But last night, a sex toy was tossed onto the court during a WNBA game last night in the final minutes of a 1-score game. And it's just an all-time low. And even worse, the camera crew was like, oh, something's on the field. You know, the broadcast like, ooh, something's been thrown on the court. They're going to continue play. And then they call a timeout to clear it. And whoever was operating the cameras, like the switcher, cut right to it. And you can see it in all of its green 10-inch glory. Lime green, 10-inch glory. Just sitting on the court right there.
Yeah,
an all-time low.
Yeah, let me not say exactly what it is, but let me just perfectly describe it how it
I didn't say what it was. I said it was a sexual toy.
Yeah, but everyone knows what you're talking about now.
Yeah, but that was the goal, to describe it without saying it.
I want to see if we
So
can
just like
find.
an all-time low for the, I don't say all-time low, but the WNBA continues to just get, like, that's an NBA Central post brought to real life, Josh. Like, that's really what that was. So just a bad week for the WNBA. Again, it's
Not
good.
good.
I mean, I feel bad for the girls because Cameron Brink comes back. She's back. The former second overall number pick is back, and she's like the Victor Wembanyama of that league. She's 6'4" with a 70-inch wingspan. She is an absolute baller. She is a look her up. She is a very tall, lanky girl who can play basketball pretty well. And that should have been the story last night. She was back, and this just overtook it.
I
Just
found
overtook it.
I found the video with the mascot getting taken out.
All right, let's show Sarah the video, and then we'll get out of here. I know
This is hilarious. Oh, hold
there was a
on.
mascot. It was a halftime show performer.
I gotta set this. Take a look at this. This is hilarious.
Over.
Just drilled.
My God.
Absolutely drilled. Just right in the face. It's like a WWE wrestling finisher right there. You couldn't
Yeah.
plan that better in professional wrestling.
Who does a backflip as their finisher? Anyone? It's the greatest moonsault ever. Yes.
Josh and
I was like, who does a backflip? I'm like, wait, my favorite one does a backflip. What am I saying?
Yep. So yeah, just a tough week for the WNBA. They're always, I mean, they just,
There's
I
something
feel like
new.
there's always something new with the WNBA that's just bad press. The latest one was the All-Star game. We're in the shirts. Pay us what you owe us. The WNBA loses $40 million annually as of right
They
now. They
literally-
owe you nothing.
They can't pay you, and also you're on a contract. They can't just up your contract. You have to wait till the contract's over.
Yeah. And I don't want to come on here hating on the WNBA. I think I would love the WNBA to be good. Caitlin Clark is an absolute spectacle to watch. I will watch a Caitlin Clark game and not complain. But besides that, they haven't made the stars. They don't have the people that are talented like Caitlin Clark, that are likable like Caitlin Clark. She's not the one making all these like pay us, like Kelsey Plum, pay us what you owe us, and then she bashes on Caitlin Clark. That's your superstar right there. Build her up. Build her up in the post game. Well, Caitlin Clark didn't show up to the meeting.
That's the problem with girls, is that we're nice to your face, but you don't want to know what we say behind your back.
Yeah, they seem very fake to Caitlin Clark.
And that's
It's
the thing.
It's envy.
Jealousy. It's jealousy. Jealousy is a big thing. They want attention. They want the attention to be on them, but it's not on them. So they're gonna throw a fucking fit and cry about it and make her life miserable. And she's probably the only thing that can save the WNBA right now.
Yeah,
They're just putting her down.
Absolutely. She is
So
the biggest star the WNBA has ever had.
Yeah. Easily.
And you can't deny it, because if you look at the All-Star game prices, once it was announced Caitlin Clark wasn't playing, they plummeted. Indiana Fever games, she is selling out stadiums that the league has had to move to bigger stadiums when she plays. When she's not playing, they're in stadiums that can hold, high school. I've seen high school basketball games with more people show up to some of these games. I don't want to, criticize the WNBA, but it's just a fact. It's just not having the awareness to know what their league is.
Yeah, it doesn't have the action that the NBA has, and they think it does, but it doesn't.
Absolutely.
It was,
honestly, I don't think it ever will, unfortunately.
What was the show where they were going over the WNBA? It was after when Angel Reese said, we're not watching basketball because of one person, it's also because of me too. I want y'all to realize that. And then someone broke down the viewership of the Chicago Sky games, and it was like 6,000, 7,000, 7,000, 8,000, 6,000, 15,000. They're like, where the hell did that number come from? Who were they playing that game? There you go.
She's the needle mover in the WNBA. Paige Beckers could be that. Cameron Brink could be that. They just have to build them up in the right way.
Yeah. Maybe not.
I don't want
either.
Yeah, I don't want to say I don't want to say arrogant, but the more statements you make about paying us, Caitlin Clark, things like that, just things that are gonna necessarily upset the general public, you're turning viewers away from your game. It's just a bad business model at the end of the day from what some of the players are currently doing. That's all it is.
I was also gonna say, I feel like obviously you should be using Caitlin Clark to your advantage to obviously make the WNBA much better, but I also don't want that to completely shadow all the talent in the WNBA. So I want the other sponsorships and commercials and highlights obviously to also include other young talents, so that your league doesn't just become Caitlin Clark, So if you do have a situation where Caitlin Clark is injured in the All-Star game, you still have you have now hyped up your entire other league. So sure, Caitlin Clark is out, but we still got all these other guys that you just listed. And
Yeah.
that's what they should be doing, is that now they have Caitlin Clark, they should also be focusing on these other women as well, so that Caitlin Clark isn't just the one dependent thing on the league.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just gonna say, like, we kind of proved a point here. We started talking about the WNBA, didn't even bring up Caitlin Clark, but she ended up being the thing that we were
Yeah.
talking.
Always ends up being the conversation somehow. She is the WNBA when it comes to coverage.
She's the
Changed
face of the
logo.
WNBA right now.
Absolutely.
And that's where girls like Angel Reese, she's jealous. She's just straight up jealous of what Caitlin Clark has. She can twist it however she wants. She can say all the bad things that she wants, but there's nothing that's going to change the fact that Caitlin Clark is better than you, and you just need to roll with it.
Absolutely.
It's Dylan Brooks versus LeBron James. That was the comparison.
Exactly.
But low-key, though, the Angel Reese ones, have you seen the Angel Reese ones?
No.
They're not that bad, man.
All right. You can buy them and come back and run intramural basketball next year in the Angel Reese ones, Josh.
Yo, give me no, I can't do a Converse like that, man. You know I ball in the Converse.
Yep. But that's going to do it for the show.
Mark.
Maybe. That's going to do it for the show today. Got to duck out of here. Even though I got the full hour in, I got to get to work. Follow us on Instagram at the Duckboat Dispatch. TikTok, same one. YouTube, subscribe. Josh will get the graphic out next week. Coaches.
Spotify.
Oh, so we're on Spotify now. I figured out Spotify. Shout out Sarah's friend who kind of put me on. Figured out her name.
Amber Cassidy. She's on Spotify. She's a singer-songwriter. Really good. You should check her out.
Shout out Amber. We appreciate that. Amber. We're on Spotify. Go follow us there. You can hear the full podcast there as well if you want to watch it without seeing our faces, or 4 different Joshes, however you want to watch it. We'll be back next week. We are going to be 1 week closer to the NFL season next week. See ya. That's the wrong button.